Hey there. Happy Friday. I hope everybody's doing well and that you have something fun or great planned for this weekend. If you don't already have something great planned for this weekend, there's still time. Um, how has everyone's week been? It is the new moon, and I know I am feeling like it's ready to turn a leaf. And energetically, it does feel like today is for that there's kind of something here in the air where it's a turning point in our summer. In California, where I live, we're going to have record breaking temperatures of heat again this weekend. I'm super not looking forward to that, but they're expecting that in our area, it's going to go up to like 108, 109. In other areas, it'll be as high as 115, 120. So if you're in California or somewhere where this record heat is impacting you, please drink lots of water, stay cool, try and stay in the shade. Not necessarily the best weekend to be out working in the garden or doing anything that could put stress on your health. When this same heat wave phenomenon hit the Pacific Northwest over the past several weeks, hundreds of people died, and it is preventable to some degree that we could, try and stay low energy and cool as best we can. It is going to be a hot time. So amidst this, we have to think about our crones and our sages, our elders. Elderly people over 60 are who most people over 60 probably wouldn't think of themselves as elderly, but people over 60 and people who are elderly are at a greater risk during heat waves to have physical harm, because as we get older, our mouths do not produce the same sensation of thirst that they did when we were younger. It's one of the reasons why people over 60, I used to work at the over 60 health clinic in Berkeley. This is why I know this. People over 60 don't tend to get as thirsty until they're already dehydrated. So yes, and Brandy says, out of the shadow of Mercury retrograde as of last night, whoo, feeling big energetic shifts in this lunar cycle. Yes, sister, right there with you. So if you are or know anyone over 60 and it's this heat wave, please remember to talk to them about their water intake. Just invite them to drink a little more water. Bring some cool, refreshing cucumber water to your neighbor, or try and remind people to drink water. And if you are over 60, please put a little note in your phone, like a little reminder. There are wonderful water tracking apps that you can download for free in the App Store into your phone, and you can set up how many reminders in a day that you would like. And it's so great. It's just like a little thing will pop up on your phone and say, go drink water. So you might want to think about doing that this weekend. Okay. Let's get into Baba Yaga today. So now that I splinted the wick of this candle this week, this candle's been burning so much cleaner. See how tall that flame is? Woo! Tonight at Witches Fest USA, which is an international online conference, and then they also have an in-person component in New York City, my old stomping grounds. They're on Astor Place. Okay, fancy. I'm going to be teaching, and they've got amazing presenters. So if you're interested, it's Witches Fest USA, and you can still get tickets. Tonight, I'm teaching about ceromancy, the art of reading candles. And on Sunday, I'm teaching about goddess spirituality. And we're going to talk about kind of three major approaches to goddess spirituality. One is working with the goddess in a monotheistic way. One is working with goddesses in a polytheistic way. And one is working with goddess consciousness, which is present within each of us. So I hope that'll be a fun and informative talk, as well as my lecture tonight and demonstration on candle reading. I've been doing candle readings for many, many years. I've got lots of things to say on that subject. So Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf, bitch, Baba Yaga, bright dawn, Baba Yaga, red sun, Baba Yaga, midnight, Baba Yaga, black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf, bitch, Baba Yaga, bright dawn, Baba Yaga, red sun, Baba Yaga, midnight, Baba Yaga, black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. When I wrote this chant, those two lines at the end were at first in competition with each other. I thought there should just be one line to end it, because it kind of, with the cadence, it felt like it was just one line. Keep me safe within your sight, but then I remembered all the stories about how Baba Yaga only rewards those who conduct themselves with valor and integrity. And of the two, protection versus integrity, I feel like integrity is the protection. So I added that, both lines, that the line about keep me on the path of right is what keeps me safe within her sight. And this goes for you too, if you've been chanting along with me, as we've been exploring this month of Baba Yaga in the temple. All right, so let's see what our card is today. New moon. Changing, turning of the wheel, the lunar wheel, a new month, a new lunar month. Ooh, I've got this one in my hand, but there's this other one. What do you feel is their card today. What do you feel? And the you on the card is in italics, so that's why, I don't know if you can really see it, but what do you feel is very kind of emphasized there. There are many opinions around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it all comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decisions. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived, and created by you? Someone else cannot become the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both of you in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you've become swept up in thinking things through. You've been thinking about which way to go with a matter of importance, and you've gotten a bit stuck in the logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and if it's not the best path, at least we can change our approach later on if needed. If we're slightly off base with a decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made. Some choices feel more heart-honoring than others. Sometimes we can only really know in hindsight if we made the best choice possible. At the time of decision-making, we really only have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and fortunately, that's all we need. The oracle of what do you feel is telling you that there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with all the possible choices. Just make a choice and set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is to just make a choice based on what you feel right now. Not based on anyone else's feelings, only yours. How hard is that one? That one is hard. Making your choice based on your feelings alone, especially if there's a lot of people in your life who rely on you or look to you or need you or depend on you. Your natural inclination, and I really think this is true for anybody who's truly spiritually inclined, not surface level, but deeply spiritually inclined, is that you're always thinking about how everyone will be impacted by your decisions. And so you can become paralyzed when it's time to make a decision because it feels like there's no way to do totally right by everyone. There is no way to do totally right by everyone. It doesn't mean we shouldn't try to do right by as many people as possible, but sometimes it can become so overwhelming and we can start chasing ourselves around and around in our heads. So the best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about a healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is to just make a choice based on what you feel right now, not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, then this oracle brings a different message. You are at a crossroads in your journey, and the choices you make at this time, even simply little things without much drama, are still powerful triggers for some great magic to enter your life. Take a different approach to something than you usually do. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable, but could be exciting or interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever, too much pressure. It matters more that you simply take an action from your heart. Open up to the creative magic of life and don't worry how it's all going to work out. The bigger creative flow is sorting out all the details. You are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your feelings and know that all is going to work out perfectly. Oh, that's a very advanced practice, but fortunately, we're some advanced witches here, so I think we can do this. It's an advanced practice to just let go and trust. It's an advanced practice to get to the point where you feel safe enough to just make the call. It's sometimes hard enough even just to share your opinion or even just to set a necessary boundary. It's already hard enough to do those things. I struggle to this day. I struggle with doing those things where sometimes I need to just say, this is not for me, or this is not for you, or what I'm doing here is going to be bordered and boundaried by this set of conditions, whether anyone else likes it or not. And I live on a daily basis with the reality of that, of feeling that way. I see, social media applies so much pressure to us to act a certain way, think a certain way, speak a certain way. And I'm super stressed by all the demands that seem to be placed on a person, on anyone, by what we should be looking like. Should I lose weight? Should I do this differently? Should I do that differently? Should I not eat this? Should I not go there? Should I not talk to this person? Oh, this person is fighting with that person, and maybe I should, so annoying. All of that is so annoying, isn't it? All of us have our own versions of these struggles, whatever they are. Whatever yours is yours, mine is mine. But at the end of the day, you're the one you have to wake up with in the morning. You're the one you have to look at in the mirror. And you're the one who you report to. So don't let all of the opinions and pontification and demands and expectations of others grab you and lead you around. His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche, who's the father of the Tibetan Vajrayana lineage that I belong to, said, don't hand over your nose rope. Don't hand over your nose rope to anyone. And That's a really good way to put it. I don't want to be led around by the nose by other people's opinions, thoughts, and ideas. How about you? That's not what I'm here to do on earth. I'm here to be a living being, living. I'm here to make choices and decisions, perfect, imperfect, or otherwise, and to learn as I go. I'm only 47. Are you kidding me? I'm only just getting started learning all the things that I have to learn in this life. I've learned, I feel like I spent the first 30 years just learning the fundamental, how to eat, how to walk, how to sleep, where to live. Now I'm actually learning how to make decisions, how to move into something in my life where I'm creating something that will be of benefit for others. I feel like I'm only just getting there. I actually feel like, most of us are only just getting there after 40. So wherever you are on your journey, we have, all of us, choices and decisions to make. We, all of us, have learning to do, growing to do. Don't be afraid of growing. You're allowed to grow, and you're allowed to grow imperfectly. Let's go ahead and just be imperfectly perfect in our decisions today that come from the heart, that do take into consideration the benefit of all beings, but do not hand our nose rope over to the opinions of all beings. Okay, that's our short bit for today. Happy Friday, everybody. And I am going to now start Guanyin practice. So hope you stick around and chant with us. 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge. Take refuge in the one who is beyond all opinions. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today we're going to send out our energies to anybody who is struggling to stay well in the heat this weekend. And to whoever is doing this work over here, making all this noise, I'm also sending compassion to them so I don't feel annoyed by the noise. Let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guanxi Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. And taking up our malas, 108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, calling out to the one who is beyond opinion and judgment, who operates strictly from compassion and deep awareness of all that is. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. And the brief wind horse practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume chuksum chidang jitsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintu yi daki sisu pajor nyandraknam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kipar kaje wangtang lungtan yampa sushing chitu gyawa lang chije lekpe lamdu drawa dang sering neme dedang denjur shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtong and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume choksum chidang jetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintu yi daki siso pajo nyandra nam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu kepar kaje wangtang lungta nam nampa soshing chitu gawa long chije lepe lamdru drowa dang sering nime de dang den shi. I'm getting better at that prayer, but man, you know, the thing is, in Tibetan, when you read something, if you see a K, it either makes a sort of a G sound or it's a silent K. And so I got started reading Pakma, you know, but it's not, it's Patma. It's a little thing. And so when I try to remove the Ks from the prayer as the way it's supposed to be pronounced, that ends up making my mouth want to do something else, which is to then confuse nyam and nam. So I go back and forth. Anyway, I might just be going on, but this is really I'm sharing because if you want to learn to do Tibetan prayers, which I strongly encourage people to learn to do the Tibetan prayers, they're beautiful prayers, they're beautifully written, they mean something so sacred. But then you have to learn how to pronounce it. And G is pronounced kind of like a K is pronounced kind of like a G, or it's silent. And there's others, like an O with 2 dots over it is an U sound. A U with 2 dots over it is an U sound. It's not an U, it's an U. It's different. Anyway, Tibetan language lesson over. I don't even speak Tibetan, but I've been working on these prayers for 20 years or more, and so I hope I'm improving. Okay, 108 recitations now of Om Mani Padme Hum, and we're going to send cooling waters to all those who are burdened by the heat this weekend. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss Yeshe Wangmo be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and bow to the inner teacher, wishing everyone a cool weekend. Please stay hydrated. And also, I just feel like this week's message really, if you take all the different divinations from this week together, it really is like, don't wait for perfect. Get out there and live. So get out there and live this weekend, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Drop your counts in the comments section. Bye.